So if you remember when we talked about business planning, we talked about creating a narrative structure, about telling somebody a story. Think about it when you were at school and you had to tell a story. When you came back from your holidays, the first thing people said to you, or the first thing the teacher said to you, is your first task today is to tell us the story of what you did on your holidays. Think of your business plan like that. So we're trying to tell a narrative story to funders, but also to yourself, so that there's an interest when you have to read it back. We've talked about introducing yourself, but now we're going to talk about the market research side of your business plan. We're going to identify where the market is, and we're going to demonstrate that to people. So we're going to talk about the size of your market. Now, I'm going to give you an example. When we think about size of your market, not every person will be your customer. And to illustrate that, I'm going to tell you a little story. There was a juggling shop in Stockton, based in Stockton-on-Tees, and that juggling shop was going to service the people of Stockton. How many jugglers, honestly, do you think live in Stockton-on-Tees? Maybe 50, 60, or maybe 100, maybe 200, but not more than 2,000. How would that shop operate on a bricks and mortar basis if the main people that they were targeting were based in Stockton? And quite frankly, how often do you buy juggling balls? The way that they made that market and that shop work really, really successfully was to take it from a bricks and mortar store onto an online store. So the juggling balls and juggling equipment could be sold in Cornwall, in Scotland, in Wales, in Sardinia, in Spain, wherever that might be, and really, really successfully. So the next time you're in London and the next time you're in Covent Garden and you see that juggler with his juggling balls or his cones or even juggling rings of fire, he's probably bought them from that online juggling store based in Stockton, however, selling to the world on the internet. So when you think about the size of your market for your product or service, where will that market be? Does it need to be on a local basis? Does it need to be on a national basis? Or could it even be on an international basis? Where does that market come from? And this is not just your supposition. We want you to research it. So using online tools, using speaking to people, going out and actually asking prospective customers and identifying where that market can be. The beauty of market research in now is that actually you have the whole world to research with. There's lots of people you can talk to using the internet, using social media to establish the size of your market. That will also help you establish who are your customers. Because if we've said already that not everybody will be your customer, when you do your market research, you will find some common themes. Now, I'm not suggesting to you that some people outside those common themes will not be your customers, but what we're looking at is the average customer. Who is the average customer for your business? What is their makeup? What do they look like? Where are they located? How old are they? What sort of product or service do they buy? How often do they buy it? Who specifically are your customers? And remember, tell us in a narrative way. Your business plan shouldn't be reams and reams and reams of research. What we want to see in a business plan is that you've done the research, but that you've actually then factually looked from a data perspective and worked out where those customers are for you. And then, whilst you've done this market research, finally, and perhaps most importantly, you'll recognize the areas and you'll be able to demonstrate the areas where market growth is happening, where you can target customers directly. That's vitally important, not just from a business planning point of view, but from your own point of view, because market growth and identifying that early over the next 3 to 5 years, where that growth will be, will help your business grow as well. So it's great and fine to write a business plan for where you are now, but your business plan should always be looking to the future. And that's why the narrative works. Remember, your business plan is a living, breathing document. It will not be the same today as 3 months, 6 months, 3 years, 5 years. I know from my own business's perspective, 10 years, the business looked very different to when it was the first started, and 15 years, the same again. So think about the business planning process as an ongoing process. Where do you want to be? Not just for funding, not just for growth, but a mixture of the two.